Hey everybody, it's the Nitty Professor here. I thought I would show you all my process for washing wool, which I learned out of a book. Since I learned it out of a book, it must be right, right? This is some of the Karakul. I found out that that is a sheep from the steppes of Asia, and it is raw. So I have over here the hottest water I could get out of my water heater. We did have our new water heater, which was new 3 years ago, set at a pretty high temperature. The plumber protested a little bit, but we were like, we just need hot water sometimes. So do us a favor and let us have it. So this wool is going to go into this laundry bag. Let me see if I could do this one-handed while I'm filming. A bit of a challenge for me, but we're going to give it a try. There goes part of it and the rest. And then I'm going to see if I can zip it up one-handed. There we go. Get that wool down in there. There we go. And I just picked these up at Walmart for very low price. I'm just going to kind of lean with my elbow here. I need a cameraman. And then just pop it into the hot water. One of the goals is to avoid felting, and I have a feeling this wool may already be a little felted. So the last thing I want to do is increase that. So I'm going to gently just push it down in there, the goal being to get all the air bubbles out so that we know that it's fully immersed. Don't see a whole lot going on in there, so it looks like there aren't too many air bubbles. So I already see this water turning brown, which is a good sign. We're going to leave this in here for 15 minutes, and then I will return and we'll do it again. Hello everyone, I'm back now, and let's see how this did on the first wash. So you can see got some pretty brown water coming out of there. A lot of that is just the lanolin getting sort of released from the wool by the hot soapy water. So we're just gonna dump this out. As you can tell, our sink is kind of a heavy duty sink there. It gets a lot of use. Stuff like this. That's just gonna go down there, and along with the lid to my thermos. Give everything a rinse. Get the water as hot as I can. Make sure it drains good there. And let's see how this is coming. And what you don't want to do is agitate the wool. So I just want to let the water drain out of there without using any particular force. I have my Italian soap from Marshall's. So the second round you want to use not quite as much soap as the first round. Just a bit gentler wash, so we'll fill that all the way up. Keep this dripping. Get as much of that nasty water out of there as possible. And another thing I like to do is kind of rearrange the wool in there a little bit to let it breathe, give it some room to let the dirt release from the fiber. So again, I don't want to move it around too much, but I sort of feel like the more I can distribute the water with the fiber, the better. So this is filling. Got it all the way hot. And then we'll carefully put the wool back in there and let it soak for another 15 minutes. It's almost full. Hi, Gorlam. Got a dog watching us. Hey, baby. You're interested, aren't you? She can't see. She had glaucoma. Alright, I think it's full enough. So again, I'm going to drop the wool in there and gently squish it in and soak it for another 15 minutes to get more of the dirt and lanolin out so that the wool is cleaner and easier to work with. And we'll be back soon. Alright, we're back, and I thought I would just show you the book that I have been using for the instructions to wash wool. And I'm sure there are, different opinions about this, but yeah. Washing fleece gives me some basic instructions. There's your little laundry bag. And this book has been really useful for me. So let's see how it's coming. Hey, Smaug, got a cat. Hey, there's another cat. That's Budapest. Okay, gonna dump this out again. It's pretty hot. You can tell we've had some more action with dirt removal going on, and we'll get this drained. So the 2 washes are what the book recommends, and I've been going with that because I kind of respect the importance of not over-treating the wool. I suppose if there are traces of lanolin left in there, it's probably a good thing. Then my hands get a little bit of a spot treatment while I'm processing the wool. And of course, I'm going to put the yarn in a wool wash too after I spin it up. So there's still another wash to go. Now this next step requests that you use white vinegar. I was sort of making, I was substituting wine vinegar because that's what I had. But in any case, it basically says a dollop. So the idea being that we're going to remove the soap. It's regular dish soap is what you're supposed to use. So we're going to get that off of there with this vinegar. So keep letting the wool sort of drain. This water is definitely clearer, and you can tell how much that process, just by soaking it, it really removes a lot of what you don't want on there. This wool has been sitting around for a while too, over at the university where I teach. I have no idea how long. So Lord knows what all has been encrusted in there. So we're going to soak this for a shorter time. 5 minutes is the recommendation, just to get that soap out of there. So I'm going to let it soak, and I'll be back shortly. Might as well do a little multitasking. While I've been soaking this Karakul fiber, I spun up, well, I actually plied these 2 sort of orphaned yarns. The blue was left over from some spun up yarn that I didn't weigh out evenly. And then I have this sort of natural fiber that is one of the earlier things I spun. And I thought, well, I'll just combine these 2. So while we're letting the vinegar soak, we'll just do, this time I'll do kind of a lukewarm yarn. I don't want it to be hot, don't want it to be cold, maybe, warm. It's going to work well. Certainly don't want it to be hot. So this is going to have just a little wool wash in there. Doesn't need much. And that will soak for maybe 20 minutes. That feels like a nice temperature. So these guys can be in here together. And yeah, I can maybe even show you my thwacking procedure. Be back soon. Alright, I'm back for the final rinse. There's the result from the vinegar rinse. And as with the previous rinses, we'll get rid of this. Send that down into the septic. Yay. Seems to be draining alright, which is a plus. It's rinsed out. And then the last rinse will be clear water. And it's a short one, according to my reference source, another 5 to 10 minutes. So, fill that up. Generally like to fill the water before we put in the wool to limit the agitation. Meanwhile, this is still draining a bit, so that's a good thing. These laundry bags work really well though. And found it near where the irons and the laundry baskets are in Walmart. I think I got 2 for like, I don't know, $5 or $6. It's filling up pretty quick. Meanwhile, the yarn's percolating, so that will do that for another 10 minutes. Almost ready to go. Smaug's cleaning himself. Hi, Smaug. He's pretty busy cleaning himself. Alrighty. That's good. Pop it back in. I think I'll sort of rearrange it just a bit. Just try to expand the surface area of the fibers. Man, it's hot. Woo. And soak it for another 5 minutes. And we'll be back after that. So we have reached the penultimate step in washing this wool. Get the rinse water out, and looks pretty clean. Actually, I feel pretty good about that. Look at that. It's clear for the most part. And the next step is drying. So the recommendation there, I'm going to kind of, again, try to work this wool into something besides just one old big wad. See if I can get more of this water out. And then I have to lay it on Smaug's towel. Sorry, Smaug. You're going to have to move, buddy. I'm not going to dry you in this towel. No, so I got to spread out the wool, get Smaug off of here. He's like, what's going on? And roll it. Look out, Smaug. You're going to have to move, bud. He's very reluctant. He took over this towel the minute I set it out. Come on. There we go. There we go. And oh, look at that. It's my kid's baby towel from 25 years ago. I am going to do this right, step on it, and really smush the crap out of that moisture. That should do it. One more trek back. Looks so funny to see Winnie the Pooh doing this work. Hey, Smaug. Okay. Got a lot of the water out of there. You can see how wet the towel is. So then, at this point, this wool is ready to dry. Can't really tell a whole lot with this bag, but you could see how dirty the water was. So I'm confident that it is much cleaner. And heck, as long as we're here, right, we can let the water out of the yarn. See if I can one-handedly deal with this. That wool wash smells good. And with the wool wash, when you are doing this kind of final wash for hand spun yarn, you're not going to rinse it. The wool wash is made to stay in there. It's not a crime, you know, if you rinse it, but I do not do that. So we're going to have the same scenario, just use the same towel. Hey, Smaug, you're going to have to move again, bud. He really wants his towel. But I'll try to arrange this on here so that it's going to get maximum. Obviously, the towel is kind of wet, but that's okay. It'll still get most of the moisture out of here. All right, Smaug, here it comes. Rolling it up, buddy. Look out. He is very reluctant to move. He wants his towel really bad. Look out, babe. Look out. Yeah, he's biting me. Yarn against cat. I have a solution. There we go. There we go. I finally got him off of there. Sorry, buddy. I think he'll be fine. And again, just do this the right way and really get the moisture out of there. And I just realized that thwacking this yarn the way I usually do, one with two hands, won't be possible while I am holding this phone / camera. Hey, Smaug, you can have your towel back, but it's all wet, bud, so, you know, you can decide if that's what you want. So, there we go. And Got it. Okay. There's another cat. Yeah, the cats are heavily involved in this process. So I'm going to use another method. You can do this. Just gently beat it against a hard surface, such as a granite countertop. And I think what that helps to do is just sort of align the fibers and arrange them a little more evenly along the length of the yarn. So normally I'll do it in my hands, kind of like stretching out a cat's cradle. But there we have it. So we've got some yarn that's got to dry and some wool that's got to dry. And I'll probably just put these out on the clothesline and let Smog have his towel back. And the dog wants in. So thanks for listening. We'll check in soon. Ciao.